Today we're taking a look at a very special Reanimator card that I absolutely love, and let me tell you guys, casting this card is like dropping an absolute nuke on the game. That's right, today we're talking about an absolute nuclear bomb of a reanimation spell, one of my favorites of all time, Brilliant Restoration. If you guys aren't familiar with this card, it's a 7-mana reanimation spell, which isn't great by all means, but what it does is crazy. It returns all of your enchantments and all of your artifacts from your graveyard to the battlefield, which is why it's so expensive. This card is insane. And we fill up the graveyard really fast in this build because we have a lot of really good red spells like Bitter Reunion. The new Brass Tunnel allows us to basically unload our entire hand, and then we can go ahead and draw that many cards +1, which is nuts. And if we manage to flip this thing over, we can discover a bunch of times too, which is even crazier. This card is crazy good for the build. And then we've got the Elder Dragon, which can also unload our entire hand and replace it with cards as well. And it also kind of just sends itself to the graveyard at one point, and you can bring it back later, which is pretty sweet. But our real win cons here are going to be the Thunderhulk Cityscape Leveler, and if those two things don't work, we've got Painful Quandary, which can lock an opponent completely out of the game, especially if you stack up 2 of these. They're going to be paying 10 life per turn at that day, every spell they play, or they have to discard 2 cards, which is nearly impossible for an opponent to do. But it's super fun. I think you guys are going to enjoy this one a lot. We're going to jump right into it. If you are new here, we do post videos just like this 5 days a week. So if you guys enjoy this kind of content, if you wouldn't mind liking and subscribing, that would help me out a lot, and I'd greatly appreciate it. With that being said though, enjoy the video. We'll see you at the end. Peace. All right, today we are checking out some Brilliant Restoration, and we're doing it in Mardu. Opening hand here is definitely not keepable, unfortunately. This one's a little bit better. At least I got something to work with here. What do I drop though? Probably a land. Probably a land. I like the rest of my hand here. If we can get our way to a Sunfall, probably sweep the board, we'll be all right. So far, the deck's been pretty phenomenal. We've hit some really crazy top end plays. It's been absolutely amazing. All right, we play this out. We'll drop one of these Tashiros. Draw some cards. There we go. We got our Swamp. The opponent running the Collector's Vault, definitely doing some graveyard stuff of their own here. I wonder, what that looks like though. Are we up against reanimation or what, All right, I think we could drop the second Tashiro as well. I think I like the Long Reach of Night a lot better than the Tashiro in the spot. If they play the creature like a Shieldred or something. Interesting. Okay, they're going to take 2 of my cards. Let's hope they didn't find my Brilliant Restoration, because that'd be really sad. More lands, huh? All right, I do hope they play their dragon to make my Long Reach of Night a little bit better. Oh, they got one of my better cards there. They got my Brass Tunnel. Dang it. That is good. Which plays into their game plan, it looks like, pretty well. All right. All right, good. I'm glad we drew a playable here, because I was worried that we'd be stuck playing the Long Reach of Night with no board presence. Instead, we get a Wedding Announcement, which is really good. All right, it all comes down to that last card they stole from me. Let's hope it's not that Brilliant Restoration. If it is the Restoration, I'll probably never know. They throw away a cut down. Okay, they had a target for the cut down, but throwing it away. They must really like the rest of their hand here. Nice, we do find a Restoration. That's huge. I am gonna just do this and attack in so I can look to draw some cards here. Seems good enough for me. We do need at least one more land here in order to pull off the Restoration, but I'm looking more so for the ability to, throw some of these enchantments and stuff away. Because right now we don't really have a really big Restoration. There's only the Tashiros in the graveyard. The opponent though, Songs of Totenan, it's a pretty cool card. It allows them to pump, a boatload of mana into a spell that gives them these rats. It's pretty cool. That's fine. Nothing a Cityscape Leveler can't take out. Assuming we can find one, of course. All right, another restoration. Going with the long reach of Night here, forcing them into a tough decision on what to do with this dragon, or, you know, discarding a card in their hand. They're probably just going to discard a card, let's be honest. Which puts me in a tough bind here. I'm probably going to have to give up a 1/1 here to try to draw a card. Because even if I, let's say, get another token here and we put them all to 2/2s, that's not that great. And I'm probably going to end up having to Sunfall the board anyways. So let's just get an extra card, try to hit the land. We got the land. Interesting. All right, as weak as it may be, I think the Brilliant Restoration should still be fine here to play, because I can sack one of these Bitter Reunions, or both of them, honestly, and then look to get them back here. All right, see, the opponent has nothing to reanimate right now. That could change here really quickly, though, because we do have, you know, the long reach of Night. And they're probably going to end up discarding a creature. Not to mention the Collector's Vault that's going off right now. Alright, they discard a removal spell. Here we go. Wish me luck. I'm hoping that the Bitter Reunions can, you know, find us some more cards that are, you know, worthwhile. Gaining 4 life. Not bad. The more the merrier. We just got to keep putting them in the graveyard. Do we attack? Yeah, we can't block in the air, so we send that through. Things are going to get weird here, though, I'm telling you. The opponent clearly, you know, wanting to reanimate, but I'm afraid it's like an Atali or something coming our way soon. Bitter Reunion. Okay, again, plays pretty well with their build. Speaking of Cityscape Leveler being able to handle stuff, I hope they don't, you know, steal one from me. That'd be bad. Hopefully they play out the other dragon here. Sunfall would look really good. Nope. So we've got a couple options we can do here. We can either Brilliant Restoration back a Wedding Announcement and Quandary. How much does this cost? 1, and maybe one of these too. That might be worth it. Hold on, let me see. Wedding Announcement, Quandary, and one of these. That's what I can do if I want to go ahead and Restoration right now, or I could just play straight up a Painful Quandary. I think obviously the choice here, I should probably go for the Brilliant Restoration. Right? Seems like that's got to be the play. And now we got a Painful Quandary down, and then hopefully, you know, stacking them with another one. They're going to be so locked out of the game, you would hope. Interesting. All right. Now, I did give haste to my creature here, and they do have a Shieldred's Edict. Let's see if they take the 5, though. Will they take the 5? Probably. It's early, so they're like, why not? Well, when the second one comes down, they're going to be saying, I don't know how I'm going to do this. All right. 2/2 comes down. Still no creatures in the graveyard. I think they're really just dependent upon removing and killing all of our things and reanimating our stuff, but unlucky for them, we don't really have creatures in our deck, so there's nothing for them to reanimate. Feels bad, man. I need him to play that other Decadent Dragon here so I can get a really good Sunfall and then drop this. I wouldn't be able to play both, would I? We discarding or taking 5? Discarding it is. They're not going to find really much help from my deck, honestly. The more cards they steal from me, I don't think it's going to help them too much. Decadent Dragon's got to be one of the cooler cards I've ever seen. But it really doesn't work that well, if I'm being honest, in a lot of spots, because a lot of decks, you know, are looking to synergize with certain things. And they're going to pull a couple enchantments like that aren't exactly going to synergize super well with their build. All right, give me something good off the top here that I can actually play with the Quandary, because I want to stack Quandaries. I think that's going to be the priority here for sure. Because, you know, taking 10 damage per play you want to make is not a fun place to be in, and that's where I want to put them. I want to put them in that really bad place. All right, there we go. That's a good spell. That works. Opponent has some instant speed magic, but it's probably just the Bitter Reunion activation that's holding that priority. All right, Painful Quandary, first things first. Then we go with the Wedding Announcement. And really, this game is over. I mean, we've got the Bitter Reunion. We swing in with 6 damage from the Tashiros. We draw a card, and then the opponent can't even play a single spell without discarding 2 cards, which is going to be pretty much impossible for them to do. And we win the game. I hope they're not roping us. That'd be bad. But a very good game, man. I had a lot of fun with this one. We didn't exactly get the most explosive, you know, restorations out there, but we still got some pretty good ones. And that just goes to show you that, you know, a couple of, you know, enchantments, whether they be 2 drops, 3 drops, you know, a couple of them at a time can really make a big difference. Even if it's just, you know, 2 or 3 of them. All right, we swing through for 6. They might have a removal spell here, but again, they got to pay 10 damage or they got to discard 2 cards. That'll do it. They are completely locked out of the game. The only thing they can do is draw a card and then play one of these and discard both of those cards. That's not a really good place to be in. It's not a great spot to be in. And we find a Thunder Hulk, which is crazy. Good game, my friend. Good game. Now it's just a waiting game. We sit here until we collect our W, baby. Oh, I forgot that camera stand is back there. And here's where the realization sets in for them, I believe. All right, and they're probably thinking that they can, you know, buy themselves at least another turn here because of, you know, having 2 blockers that are bigger than my creatures. But that's not the case. I just play the Thunder Hulk and give haste. And we get the win with style here. We get to win with some style, baby. I mean, that is one of the best ways you can win the game right there. I'll tell you what, man, that's nice. We can add 1/1 counters to this thing too. It's really cool. We can sacrifice other artifacts, golems that you create. They want to go out on their own shield, maybe? I don't know. Is there a way they can? No. Okay, the opponent decided that they were going to rope us all the way down pretty much. So that's fun. After saying good game too. Kind of strange. But yeah, not very cool of them. GG. All right, that was a clean first game. And this opening hand looks a lot better than what we saw last game. No mulligans needed here. We can go right into Bitter Reunion and drop a bomb of a portal down to the graveyard. And then from there, we just hope for that bitter, you know, or not bitter, I'm sorry, the restoration. Oh, we got a brawler. All right, so Sunfall. Okay, I was just gonna say Sunfall is gonna be very important in this matchup, and we find it off the rip, which is so nice. We don't have to go digging for that. We have a deck that, you know, really does a lot of card, you know, cycling, throwing things in the graveyard, drawing cards. So finding what we need like Sunfall shouldn't be too hard, which is why I'm pretty comfortable just running, you know, 2 or 3 copies of them. That's a really cool 1-2 combination right there, though, I will say. I like that. All right, we will go here, and I'm going to go ahead and just look to gain some life. I don't really think I need to worry too much about the -1/1. And then next turn, I've got the Elder Dragon, which I can go ahead and just, you know, sweep the board of 1/1s at least and clean it up a little bit, and then gain 2 more life. And then after that, hopefully hit a big Sunfall. Going second here doesn't help, that's for sure. Clay Champion, yikes. These are some big bombs they're dropping on us, that's for sure. Yikes, man, that is cruising. They are cruising with some power, man. I might be dead here, huh? Ooh, not quite. Not quite, but I might as well be. I mean, there's nothing I can really do here. We died before we even got anything going, which is a bummer. All right, it is what it is, you know? It is what it is. We take the L here. That was quick. That was very quick. If we had gone first and had that Sunfall ready to go before the Clay Champion hit, we would have got him. Tough. Not bad, man. I respect that last deck. That was really cool. I kind of want to try something like that too. That was pretty cool. I like the Brawler, how it, you know, everything kind of played off each other with those 1/1 counters. Now imagine you get the Ozolith in, or like the Kami. That'd be pretty ridiculous. All right, Thunder Hulk goes to the graveyard for sure. Nice. We find a Quandary. We do need to find ways to get these to the graveyard though. Some more draw discarding effects. Let's go Wedding Announcement. We might have to just win straight up here by playing out our enchantments on curve. Hopefully it'll be enough. Ganjo. All right. Looking to maybe access some graveyard effects here. I don't know. I'm gonna go double Wedding Announcement though, so that way I can look to draw 2 cards next turn. It looks like we might be struggling to hit land drops. We got a 3rd Tashiro, which is kind of nutty. Love when the shuffler is doing its thing, you know? Bitter Reunion. Okay, so they are trying to access their graveyard. Could be very similar to our build. Let's see what the plan is here. A land goes to the graveyard. What? Okay. It's not feeling like a restoration type build. Temporary lockdown is really good. I'm not gonna lie. That definitely hurts. Didn't even think about the Bitter Reunion. I probably should have sacked that. Nice. We hit a really good hit right there. That's nice. I mean, everything must go, right? Sail on everything. Everything must go. Got a Sunfall with the Cityscape Leveler. Not bad. Not bad, not bad. Oh, they got some blue mana now. Another restoration. I'm still not quite sure what their game plan is here. Still trying to figure it out as we go, but all right. I don't know what to do here. Do I go with like this and then attack with everything to draw some cards, or do I go Sunfall at this point? I don't think we do go Sunfall. I think it's this. Just get some extra damage through here. They might play another temporary lockdown. It is what it is. I'll go ahead and I'll Cityscape Leveler. All right, give me some cards here. Another Wedding Announcement. Interesting. I could get some more cards. Keep doing the same sort of thing. I'm looking for a restoration though. We were able to dump off quite a few hits here in the graveyard. It's going to be a really big restoration if we find it. Like a really big one. Oh, there's the reanimation target, it looks like. Let's see. So it's a 6/7 drop and a 6/6 flyer. Ward 3, pay 3 life. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create goblin tokens, where X is the mana value spells. Okay, interesting. Interesting. Invoke Justice. Okay, so they've got it on the field now. Sunfall looking really, really spicy. So non-creature spells. They're going to create goblins. We don't really care about that though. Like I said, Sunfall going to be just fine here. Here's the thing. Do we play the Sunfall prior to combat? Because if I attack, they probably just block with everything, right? I don't get any damage through, and then my Sunfall is smaller. Like, it creates a smaller token. I think I should just Sunfall now. Alright, how much mana do we have now? We were at 7, so Cityscape Leveler almost able to get played here. I would like to kind of get this to 3 though, and then flip it before I play the Cityscape Leveler, so that way we can descend for a large amount. All right, don't love that, but they are playing it on their turn, which is really nice of them to do, because I'd hate to have this get exiled at instant speed. So all right, first things first, we attack here, which is going to force a block from the 2/2, right? Then we play this and we blow up the Wandering Emperor. And if we're blessed enough for it to survive 1 turn cycle, which we definitely aren't, but if it does survive 1 turn cycle and I can attack, I actually think I'm going to target the temporary lockdown to try to find our Brilliant Restoration. All right, only 1 card in hand though. Maybe it does survive. Nope, it doesn't. Wow, it's the 1 card they needed. Not bad. Not bad. Oh, too late. Game's over. That's highly, highly unfortunate for the opponent here. They've only got a land in hand. That'll do it. That'll definitely do it. I wonder if they stick around. I hope so. That'd be kind of fun. That would be fun. Looks like they're gonna try. Oh no, did they find another depopulate or something? I mean, they're gonna have to pay life though for the Quandary. That's the beauty of Quandary, right? Is that, let's say we do hit a big spell like that and then they do end up getting super lucky and top decking the sweeper, they are still gonna have to deal with the alternate win con of the Quandary just pinging them to death, which is so nice to just sit back and get that passive, that passive value. That was a bomb of a restoration though, man. Holy. And here comes the scoop, I would imagine. They're thinking, man. They're thinking. They might have something in hand here. Something to interact with us a little bit. Brotherhood's End. Okay. Are they? Yeah, they discard the land, right? Obviously. They don't need it. Destroying artifacts. Not bad. Not a bad play. Probably should have used that ability before I let everything just die. All right, let's go here. And there's the scoop. GG's. All right, so we were going to swing in for what, 15 there? So not quite lethal, but close. It would have been lethal had I sacrificed one of those artifacts in response to that sweeper. GG though. All right, it doesn't get much better than that one, man. That is about as clean as a win as you can ask for. This hand is great, by the way. The mana is obviously a bit slow. Hopefully our top decking skills here can find us an on-tap land so we can get the Bitter Reunion out on 2. I feel pretty safe here having both of my sweepers in hand. Not that safe because we're up against mono red though. Yikes. And there's no plays on turn 2, which is strange. Lightning strike. They need green. They need green. And it's a dinosaur deck. Okay. Discard, search your library for a force card, reveal it, put it in your hand and stuff. Oh, that's a pretty sweet ability. I've actually never seen that one. That's pretty cool. What's it called? Forest cycling? Oh, forest cycling. Got it. That makes sense. Is this a dinosaur? It's not. Okay. So this is not a dinosaur tribal deck. You can go, and you can go. Seems pretty good to me. There's our Brilliant Restoration. Working our way to our Sunfall here. Yeah, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be really good. This is gonna be the biggest Brilliant Restoration we've hit so far. If we make it that far, of course. The opponent obviously could put some serious pressure on us here in a minute. We'll see. Oh, you know what I just realized too? Oh, shoot. This is actually not good. The Scrap Gorger can eat up our graveyard. Why did I not consider that? Whoops. Whoops. That's not good. They're deciding on which one they want to take right now. That's actually so bad. How do I just not even see that? I guess I haven't seen Scrap Gorger in a while, so it didn't cross my mind. I haven't seen it in a little bit. Well, that's going to change up our style of play, isn't it? They chose not to discard a card. All right, we get another land. I don't have anything for 4 mana here. I could play both of these though. Maybe I should. Yeah, let's do that. All right, so let's go to Shiro. Let's gain some life, and then we'll drop the Painful Quandary. I mean, we can't worry too much about the Scrap Gorger. We're gonna hit it with Sunfall next turn anyway, so we just gonna have to kind of cook here. Gonna get moving. You know, I'm surprised I don't see more graveyard hate, to be honest. There's so much graveyard stuff going on right now. I'm surprised we don't see as much graveyard hate as we could be seeing. I feel like there could be a lot more out there, but... All right, this goes up to 2. It's pretty interesting how much this Brass Tunnel actually gets up to 3. I've done it a couple of times already, and it's been pretty solid when it gets there, because not only does it ramp us to our restoration, but it also gives us free spells. All right, what you taking? Portal? I have a feeling it's gonna be Portal. Oh, Cityscape Leveler. Okay. Swamp cycling or cycling. Okay. So they're clearly working off their graveyard too. I'm starting to think there's something gonna happen. Yeah, something big's gonna happen here. I think they're trying to work up to the persistence maybe. Oh no. All I do know is that this Scrap Gorger unfortunately is gonna have to eat up this Sunfall because I can't afford for it to linger around eating up my graveyard. So take your last pick here. It's the last thing you're gonna get because you're out of here. Yeah, I figured. All right, so what do we have left over? These two? Okay, that's not great. That ain't great, Chief. Keep in mind though, I can send this away too, and then yeah, not great. They took our 2 bombs, and something tells me they're gonna have another Scrap Gorger here too, because why not, right? Keep in mind these are treasures, so they can get big bombs like the Carnosaur, which is pretty cool card. I'm actually running it in a build of my own that we're probably going to showcase tomorrow, I think. This card is really, really wild. Nothing, huh? Wow. Interesting. Okay, then in that case, I'm going to go ahead and play out the Painful Quandary. Now, keep in mind too, Jund players typically have ways to answer enchantments and artifacts. A lot of removal like Terra Sunders and whatnot. I'm down, bro. Why would you not play that last turn? Why would you not play that last turn? There's no spell that says reanimate every creature you have, right? Like, I'm not missing something crazy here, am I? Why would they want that there instead of a 7/6 body here? Very strange. But I am gonna go for this. Two life. Send these two away. Send them all away. All right. And say go. Oh, I guess I should have sacked Bitter Reunion beforehand. I didn't realize I had extra mana from the Brass Tunnel flipping over. Dang it. Why would they not spend the Brass? Whenever you can. Oh, it's a permanent. Okay, that's why. Sorry, I'm trying to figure my own deck out as we go too. So this is allowing us to discover whenever we produce mana for one of our spells, but it's got to be a permanent spell, which is why they didn't tap it automatically for that Brilliant Restoration, because it wasn't a permanent. Interesting. What do I want to do here? I don't know if I necessarily want to send in the Cityscape Leveler here. I feel like we're walking into some sort of trap. I can't really put my finger on it, but I don't know. Maybe we should, I guess. I don't know. We are going to be able to get a, a free spell here. It's not the greatest. We do give haste. We swing through for a lot here. And now the opponent in a pretty tough spot because they got to take 10 damage from the Quandaries. I feel like they really misplayed their game here, though, by not playing the Carnosaur. I'm really confused as to why they chose to do that. There's got to be some sort of crazy reanimation ability they're trying here. Gotta be. I don't know. Titan of Industry. Are you taking 10 or are you discarding both your cards? Gonna take 5. Yep, they take 5. They blow up, I'm guessing, one of the Painful Quandaries here, but they're gonna still be left with that Cityscape Leveler to have to deal with. They could put a shield counter on Titan though, but then I get my attacks through with this. Yeah, they're screwed. There's nothing they can do. Gain 5 life, destroy target artifact enchantment. They choose the Cityscape Leveler. I then recast it from the graveyard, blowing up the Titan, and then we just win the game. They're thinking really hard about how to get out of this, but there's really no way out of it. If I'm being honest with you, there's no way out of it. Quandary is still so busted. I'm still surprised that nobody's really caught on and made some sort of crazy meta deck with it, because it is game ending if there's a couple of them out there. Card is ridiculous, man. All right. We ready to close this game out or what? How we feeling? They're looking at their power stones for what reason? I don't know. There it is. GG's. Just a matter of time. They just had to think it through to see if there's any ways out, but they were locked out. Sure. That's going to do it for me today, guys. I had an absolute blast. I will be back here again tomorrow with another deck list for you, but thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. Restoration, one of my favorite cards. I've been playing it for a long time now, been making decks around it. It's so cool, and with all these extra new, artifacts and whatnot, it just makes it so much better. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. It's a fun one, and it actually got some pretty decent results, but we'll be back again, like I said, tomorrow. And if you made it this far, huge shout out to you. Thank you so much for helping out with the YouTube algorithm stuff. Sticking around a long time helps a ton with that, so thank you. And lastly, just one big thank you to the Mardu Mob. If you guys don't know, the Mardu Mob is the membership program on the channel. So these people help support my channel monetarily every month. So I got to give them a huge shout out at the end of every single video and say thank you and share my gratitude. So thank you for everything you do for me. I appreciate it very much. And I hope to see you guys again tomorrow. Until next time, peace out.
Hit him 3 times like a hat trick. The name is Swayze, no Patrick. If you play him, then it's tragic. Hit him with the mythic, yeah, that's magic. MTG, that's what you'll see if you like and subscribe. Where's the upload, man? Man, all of the time. Coming with the best decks, this is the meta. This ain't cheap.